Okay, good morning, Swallows. Welcome to another Monday. Glad to see you back in. Online learning for today. This is an English writing lesson. Little bit strange, I know, because last week we went from sort of 3 videos, didn't we, down to just 1 video at the sort of click of the finger. But just to let you know, the format going forward will be 1 televised video, 1 recorded video per day, and then the rest I will just fill in the blanks using voice recordings, if you like. So this is the format. Hopefully it's helping anyway. But like I said, for the rest of the day, then I can be online and I can help you out. It's a little bit more sort of straightforward, and you're not seeing my face as well all day. But I thought I'd just include Mrs. Bonham in the background for you as well. All right, just so you can see everybody. Everybody is in. You know, everybody who is in is missing you all. You know, we spoke a lot about this on Friday. You know, this idea of being away from each other. It's not easy, and I know you're doing the best you can. So keep it up. I've got everybody in here, so I'm going to just let them say hello. Do you want to say hello, guys? Hello! All right, so they're enjoying being in here, but they are missing you terribly. Okay, so if you guys want to carry on, and I'll set off to this. All right. Okay, so today, English writing lesson. I thought I'd just share my screen with you, just so that you can see what we are doing for today. So get smart up for you. I thought I'd just start with date and hello, guys. All right, obviously you can pause this video at any point, and the date and hello is at the top of your Seesaw task as well if you need to click back on that. But I just thought I'd start with the date and hello. Please make sure that you've got a starter in there as well, because we've got a 3-sentence starter on the next slide that we're going to tick or fix. We're going to correct with our purple pens. So make sure you get your date and hello in on a new clean page, please. And like I said, if you need to pause the video at any point or go backwards, you can do using your YouTube on your tablets or on your phones. Okay, starting. Okay, so your starters. 3 sentences, please. I've done the first little sort of correction for you to get you started. The first sentence says, the soldier carried his helmet, lunchbox and rifle. So using what you know about the Year 3 grammar non-negotiables, can you make sure that you tick and fix, shall we say, fix this sentence for me? There are a couple of little bits that need to be added and changed, so can you make sure you do that? Second sentence, a boy shouted, there's the bomb shelter. What needs to be included that? Think about what the boy is actually saying, so therefore what bit of punctuation is missing there, okay? Sentence 3, here comes the German bombers, yelled the air raid warden. So fix this sentence again. There's a lot of fixing to do with that bottom one, and there are a couple of bits missing that you might need to add in. There is 1 bit of Year 5 punctuation in there that we can add in, but I'll help you along with that, okay? Just going to get my purple pen, pause the video at this point, write those sentences out, and then we'll go through them together, okay, on the board. Okay, so I'm just going to get my purple pen out, and I'm going to just go through first sentence for you. As you can see straight away, needs to start with the capital letter. Moving along, the soldier carried his. Now this is a list, isn't it? It's a list of items that he's got on his body, if you like. You know, and he's carrying it. He's carrying his helmet, his lunchbox, and his rifle. So therefore, helmet is a separate thing to a lunchbox, so it needs a comma, please. Okay, lunchbox and rifle. Now rifle is a bit of technical vocab. We talked about that in class. A rifle is another name, basically, for a soldier's gun during World War II. Okay, after rifle, full stop. Okay. Second sentence, a boy shouted, there's the bomb shelter. Obviously starting right at the very start, I need a capital A, so I'm going to fix that with my purple pen. A boy shouted. Now we're going to take a pause there, so we need a comma just after the synonym for said. He's not just saying it, he's shouting it. So therefore, that's going to feed into the end of my sentence. I need my inverted commas to open up. If you're being really picky, you're going to have a capital T for theirs. And he's almost pointing in the distance, he's shouting, there's the bomb shelter. So he's shouting it, which means he needs an exclamation mark. And to finish, we need our 99 inverted commas to close that bit of direct speech. Okay, sentence 3. starting with a capital H. Here comes the German bombers, yelled the air raid warden. Well, that first part of the sentence is being said by someone. It's actually being yelled, isn't it? So therefore, we're going to open up our inverted commas again for direct speech. Here comes the German bombers. German is a proper noun, so we need capital G for German bombers. He's yelling it, so I need an exclamation mark. And I need to close my inverted commas because that is the end of what he's saying. Yelled the air raid warden. Okay, that's what tells me. This is why it's a little bit trickier, especially for you step 3s here, guys. You need to make sure that the end of that direct speech has an exclamation mark. Yelled the air raid warden. Now I'm going to put a hyphen in for air raid warden, just so that it reads a little bit better. Hyphen joins 2 words together, and full stop at the end. Okay, that's your starter, year 3. Now, attached to this Seesaw task is a video that I'd like you to have a look at. It's taken from the website Literacy Shed, and it's called The Blitz. Now, I want you to have a look at that video first, please, because that's what we're going to be basing our written work about for the next couple of weeks, okay? What was it like to live through the London Blitz? That's basically what we are studying for the next week, okay? And we're going to read a short account of what it was like for a young boy to live with his parents and to have seen the German bombers coming across in World War II. Now, I know a lot of you are having those discussions at home with parents. It's really good to keep that up, because sort of imagine the state of worry that would have existed around the time to be very, very similar to what we're experiencing at the moment. You know, we're not seeing a lot of each other. That idea of communities coming together to support one another through a very troublesome time. So have a chat, keep those conversations going at home, and feedback anything that you'd like to us on Seesaw here at school. I'm going to just switch to my next slide, because this template is also attached, and this is what I'd like you to do your written work on today. You could draw this out into your books, or you could write directly onto the template if you can print it at home, but I'd like this to be in your red books, please, Swallows. Okay, so either draw this out or have these as sort of subheadings along the page, and the table, again, like I said, is attached to as a template to your Seesaw activity. So what could be seen on the street, what could be heard, how did people feel, what did people do, when did it happen, and where did it happen? Okay, just going to share with you the text that I'd like to read to you all. Okay, so I'm going to read this through. This is attached as a template, so you can refer back to this, and this is to link with the video that you should have had a look at. Okay, the text link is at the top of the page if you need that, again, to copy into your web browser. And I'm just going to read this through. So it started as any other ordinary evening, if you could call bombings, air raid sirens, rationing and devastation ordinary. A lot of technical vocab there, year 3, that we'll come back to in the next few weeks. That is. At 5 o'clock, I stood at my window and watched the street below. The occasional car whizzed past, and children clung to their mother's skirts as they rushed to be indoors before night shrouded the streets in its velvet blanket. Above the rooftops of the houses across the road, darkness seemed to rise in a fury. Fire, burning, something was wrong. When the piercing wail of the air raid sirens filled the skies, we knew exactly what to do. We may have been living through the Blitz, but for us, life was ordinary. We didn't know any different. I shan't take cover, I whispered to myself. The smoke is from fire a long way from here. I'm safe. I shall watch and see what happens. A cry interrupted my thoughts. Lights out! Turn the lights out! Across the street, curtains were pulled and lights extinguished. We were truly in darkness. I shivered in anticipation as I stood, watching, waiting to see what happened. Searchlights scoured the sky for enemy planes, their beams stretching far into the blackness. Nothing, of course. False alarm. I shouted at them, "There's nothing there!" As the words left my mouth, a shape emerged from the rooftops in front of me. A huge winged monster with a roar so loud and so deep that the windows rattled. Then another, and another, and another. This was no false alarm. I stood paralyzed by fear, watching as enemy planes poured over the houses. Fire filled the sky. Crashes and booms accompanied violent explosions overhead. Thomas! Thomas! Never heard the frantic cry from my mother being so welcoming. Running to the door, I whimpered back, I'm coming, mother, I'm coming. One last glance at the window revealed an angry red sky over the burning city. I turned and ran to the sanctuary of my mother's arms, safe at last. So, based on that text, what I'd like you to do is think about what could be seen on the street, what could be heard, how did people feel, what did people do, how did it happen, and where did it happen? So, for example, what could be seen on the street? We talked in class about the fact that darkness was there. There were curtains being closed. And then obviously hear the cries of the bombers overhead. Okay, make sure you refer back to the text, guys. I'm not going to give you all the answers here, okay, but have a read, have a chat with the adults at home that you've got with you, okay. How did people feel? What could be heard? I saw the roaring of enemy planes, as the boy describes, okay. Have a go at this table, year 3, see what you can get out of it. Think about using your senses all the way through, okay? This is something that we are going to refer back to in a couple of weeks' time, all right? We're going to use this to sort of just put ourselves into the position of that young man living through the Blitz, and I want us to sort of explore that as a deeper theme through topic and through history as well at the same time. So have a go. Let us know what you can, what any problems that you've got on Seesaw, any issues with that. But I did say in class, perhaps 2 or 3 bullet points for each of the boxes if you can solve that. Have a look at the text as well again. If you need to rewind the video, remember I've just read it, so you can have a good look through all that yourselves. Okay. Take care. See you later on. I'll see you tomorrow, all of you. Take care.